Greetings, brave souls, and welcome to Nightmares and Wicked Whispers. Tonight, we embark on a bone-chilling journey into the supernatural with a story that will leave you trembling in fear. This is The Whispering Shadows. Once upon a time, in a sleepy little town nestled deep within a dense forest, there was a house that the townsfolk dared not approach. It stood alone, surrounded by ancient oaks that seemed to clutch at the sky with gnarled, twisted branches. Its time-worn facade exuded an eerie aura, and a chilling legend whispered through the town like a ghostly wind. The townspeople spoke of the house only in hushed tones, calling it the Whispering Shadows House. The legend had it that anyone who entered the house would be tormented by whispers from the shadows that lurked within. These whispers were said to be the voices of those who had foolishly ventured into the house and never returned. On a moonless night, a group of curious teenagers gathered around a campfire, emboldened by dares and fueled by teenage bravado. Among them was Sarah, the bravest of them all. She had heard the stories but was determined to prove that they were mere superstition. With flashlights in hand, the group approached the sinister house. The creaking porch welcomed them with a sinister, bone-chilling groan as they stepped over its threshold. The air grew colder, and the group descended into the dimly lit abyss of the Whispering Shadows house. Their footsteps echoed through the dark, decrepit hallways. Sarah led the way, her heart pounding like a drum, but she didn't want to show her fear. Whispers, faint at first, began to curl around their ears, like wisps of smoke. The group brushed them off as their own paranoia. Deeper into the house they ventured, their flashlights flickering and casting grotesque shadows on the peeling wallpaper. The whispers grew louder, more insistent, as though the very walls had come alive to torment them. As they reached the dusty, cobweb-laden parlor, Sarah's flashlight flickered and died. Panic set in, and the group realized they were enveloped in darkness. That's when the shadows came to life, swirling and dancing around them like malevolent spirits. The whispers intensified, forming words, sentences, and dreadful stories. They spoke of pain, regret, and a darkness that consumed all who dared to enter. The group clung to each other, trembling, their courage evaporated. In the pitch-black room, a cold hand brushed against Sarah's neck, and she let out a blood-curdling scream. The flashlight she held in her hand sprung to life, illuminating a ghastly face mere inches away. It was a face that had long been lost to time, with hollow eyes that bore into her very soul. The others screamed in terror as well, and the shadows closed in around them. They were trapped, surrounded by the tormented souls of those who had ventured here before. The house seemed to groan and creak, as if it were alive and reveling in their fear. As the whispers and shadows closed in on the terrified group, their hearts raced, and their courage dwindled. Sarah desperately fumbled in the dark, searching for an escape. Panic surged through them like an electric shock. Just when they thought all hope was lost, a chilling voice pierced the darkness. "You should never have come here," it whispered, sending shivers down their spines. The group turned toward the voice, their flashlights revealing a sinister figure emerging from the shadows. It was a spectral, ethereal being, dressed in tattered clothes from a bygone era. The ghostly figure reached out with bony fingers, its hollow eyes gleaming with malevolence. Sarah, her voice quivering, managed to stammer, "Who are you?" The ghostly figure, a harbinger of doom, replied with a hollow laugh that echoed through the haunted house. "I am the keeper of these shadows, the collector of souls who dare enter this accursed place." Before they could react, the ghostly figure raised its arms, and from the surrounding darkness, more figures began to emerge. These spirits materialized as shadowy silhouettes, each one twisted and contorted by the pain and suffering of their own demise within these haunted walls. The figures circled the group like vultures drawn to fresh prey, their ghostly forms shimmering and shifting. Some had faces contorted in agony, while others wore expressions of eternal sorrow. Their fingers brushed against the group members, icy tendrils of despair seeping into their very souls. The whispers intensified, forming words, sentences, and dreadful stories. They spoke of pain, regret, and a darkness that consumed all who dared to enter. The group clung to each other, trembling, their courage evaporated. With every passing second, the figures drew closer, their features becoming more distinct, their mournful cries echoing in the confined space. It was as though the very essence of these lost souls was being absorbed into the house, making it even more malevolent and cursed. In the darkness, the boundaries between the living and the dead blurred. The group's screams melded with the agonized wails of the trapped souls. The figures began to merge with the walls, becoming one with the very structure of the Whispering Shadows house. The house seemed to pulse with malevolent energy, its walls pulsating as though it had a heartbeat of its own. The group had become one with the haunted house, their essences assimilated into its cursed framework. Their bodies slowly dissolved into the shadows, becoming part of the house's macabre architecture, forever doomed to haunt its decrepit halls. Outside, the moon cast an eerie glow upon the Whispering Shadows house, as if it knew the darkness that lurked within. The legend endured, but no one dared to venture inside again, for the house had claimed more souls to join its dreadful chorus of the damned, their anguished whispers echoing through its haunted chambers for all eternity. And so ends our tale of the Whispering Shadows house, a place where the living and the dead become one. If you enjoyed this spine-tingling story and want to hear more dark tales, make sure to hit that like button below. If you're new here and crave more chilling stories and thrilling content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Until next time, this is Nightmares and Wicked Whispers signing off.